Hallo und herzlich willkommen hier im Interviewzelt bei dem Popkulturfestival 2024. Mit mir hier sind Neta, Hoyah und Samira von der Tel Aviv Residency. Hi. Hey. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
Maybe you can introduce yourself. Who are you and how are you here today?
So my name is Neta Weiner and I've been collaborating with the amazing Samira Saraya for 15 years now.
Oh,
and
wow.
We're actually based in Jaffa. We've been creating music, theater, spoken word, poetry, martial arts together. And it's a real pleasure and honor to be collaborating with Hoyah now. And then we're in Berlin.
And I'm Samira Saraya as well. I won't repeat what Neta says. And I also am an actor and a cinema director. And I'm very happy to be here doing music with Hoyah.
Thank you.
My name is Hoyah. I make music and videos, and I've had the honor of working with these two for the past few weeks.
So how did the three of you find each other and come together in the residency and in life?
We actually heard about this residency, about this program through our dear partner Jonathan Lipitz, who's been working with music boards. And we've been on an emergency tour. This is what we call it. Obviously the past few months have been very heartbreaking, enraging, intolerable for us, and our way of handling with reality is music and is stage and is wording out the things we just cannot stand about reality, but also saying what we would like to see in this sort of a reality. And we started searching for partners in Berlin, musical producers, and from all the things, the tracks, the videos we got, Hoyah's face was there immediately, and then we listened to the music and it was obvious to us that what we do with words and with languages, this man is doing with sounds and with music. So this is how it came about, actually.
As for your question, how we in life we came together like 15 years ago, I saw this guy with a bunch of rappers on stage in a demonstration for human rights in the center of Tel Aviv, and I was amazed by there's a group of artists, Palestinians and Jewish Israeli, rapping against all kind of injustice that happens in our land. I wrote, I'm writing a spoken word, so I saw this guy and out of stage, and we met behind stage, and since then it's history.
I'll only add that to have, when I was first introduced to the idea, I would admittedly say I was skeptical, but when I saw I saw a video that they had done together, and I knew in an instant that they both thought about the world in the same way I do and expressed it in a very similar way that I do. So it was a done deal from then.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about the process of your work as the residency? How do you feel when you make music together? How are the rehearsals going?
I mean, it's been a very explorative, learning, conversational, big cultural exchange here. I've learned more in 3 weeks about something I have always wanted to learn about, and I feel I have exchanged something which they are able to take away as well. And it was pretty much from the get-go. The moment we sat in the studio together and started making music, we knew what we were working towards, we knew what we were doing, and it flowed very naturally from there.
Yes, we go in a row.
You don't have to, but if you want.
Musical chairs. You know, I feel that in the reality that we live, especially at home, separation is a huge part of what we're fighting against for years, but especially now. I mean, the separation and fear is the most horrible weapon, I feel, that is being used against us and against our communities. And in a place where separating people is the most horrible weapon you can use, doing things together is the most radical way of resisting it. And that's why the moment we sat in a room together, the first track is called Isma, which is listen, listen up, and it just exploded, it just happened. And that was kind of the start of it, as for me, and it happened very naturally. Obviously, we have a full bag and full stomachs and full hearts with things we had to say and shout out at the minute. But I also feel that it was very natural the way each one of us brought his own accent and his tendencies and ideas and creativity. So it was extremely natural and inspirational for us.
And the flow, it's not only with the beat and the music, as well with the language, where the Arabic and Hebrew, it's like it's a one body. And by exploring this part of the language, it's an evidence about the one body that we are, that cannot be separated and chaptered for small chops. So it's natural.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thinking of you, of your collaboration of three, who has which role in your collaboration? Like when we think of a pack of dogs, for example, there's the scout, there's the security guard.
There's a very clear dynamics when you have two rappers and a musical producer in a room. It's
Okay.
like, and it switches in terms of the parent and the kids and who's like taking the orders. But I think our roles are not necessarily so much creative, but it's more about who's taking care of the hunger situation, who needs to take a rest, who needs to take paracetamol. How do we maintain this sort of thing?
I'm the pharmacy. Like
Great.
I used to be a nurse
And
as
the
well.
one needing pharmacy more than anyone else.
Of course.
But obviously, like Hoyah is the master. He's the beat master. He controls the studio. He takes care of everything, and we're like throwing ideas, throwing lines, punches. We argue, we make up, and then he makes music out of it, and then we hear it and we bring our thing into it. So to be honest, that's the dynamics over there.
Yeah, it reminds me like we are standing and like throwing a watermelon behind, like, and that's like catching. Very good.
I catch them and I put them into the oh, thank you. I catch them, the watermelons, and I slam them on the computer.
Yeah.
And it makes the music.
Yeah. So, but he didn't know it need the microphone. Hoyah, it's God. So you should hear them without mic.
Great. I have a question for Neta. What is your favorite language to work in? You're making theater, making music in Hebrew, Yiddish, Arabic, English. Why don't you tell us a bit about it?
So I think for me, when it's good, it's the same thing. I mean, when theater is good, then it's music. When music is good, then it's film. And when film is good, it's poetry. When it's good, when it's happening. So for me, it's really the same thing. It's stage eventually. You know, the word in Hebrew for stage is bama, which is an altar. It's a holy place where you come to change reality and to change yourself. And also in terms of identity, Hebrew is a sister of Arabic. It's a sister of Yiddish. And obviously this whole exploration is about identity, is about being in a conversation with your roots, even the ones that were forbidden for you. I mean, even if they said you shouldn't speak Arabic, it's the language of the enemy, or you shouldn't speak Yiddish, it's the language of your grandparents who came from here. It's all Hebrew identity to me. And when you are in touch with your roots, then you can imagine the fruit for it. But it's exactly it, like a language is a living thing. And it's alive when it's in touch. And there's this give and take, and it makes love, and it breaks up, and it fights. So saying don't speak that language or don't speak this language is a sin to me. So it's exactly why we insist on keeping the conversation going. It's about imagining a home within the music that we make.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. I really like that connecting thought you have when making music, and that's in your residency too. I have another question for Samira. You're doing film, TV, theater acting, filmmaking, writing poems, doing rap. What is your preferred field to work in at the moment?
Well, the first thing that I started doing when I was 13 is to write poetry. But I can say that most of all, I'm a poet. And to be a poet, it's not about writing poetry. It's about how to perceive the word and how to see it. In Arabic, poetry, it's sha'ir, and sha'ir, it comes from shu'ur, that it's feeling, and I'm like touching the feelings in every method that I'm working with. So my films also poetry, my songs are poetry, my spoken word, and I think this is the way I see life, and this is the way also I cook as a poet.
I did a few researches, and you did you worked as a drag king, is that right? Do you have a drag character persona at the moment?
No, well, I didn't do a drag for a long time, and in some point I get to understand that changing my clothes, it's not the thing that it brings my feelings, and I know I can do it now in a different methods. So no, I don't. My drag king persona is not active now, but it's there.
One day, maybe again. Let's see.
Maybe tomorrow in the concert. We never know.
Yeah,
We never know.
Okay, so now we did not talk about you, Hoyah. That's not true. Your colleague said you're the master of your trio.
Yes.
You're doing experimental electronic music. You're a producer and visual artist. Which instrument or sound do you like at the moment the most, and why?
What a
Funny you
beautiful
should
question.
ask that. Funny you should ask
Yeah.
that.
Please.
So I play the shofar. It is a traditional Jewish horn. It comes. This one in particular comes from a
You
kudu.
got it with you.
It is taken after the animal dies of natural causes, and it is both to honor the animal who passes, and is also in function used to give good energy and power to everything around it. It is a very sacred instrument within Judaism. And it also demands attention, which I think in this moment now more than ever is necessary. I was tempted to blow it whilst the cultural minister was speaking. Would you like a demonstration?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
It's hard to
It's
resist.
very impressive. Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's great.
It makes me cry, to hear it.
Every time.
It's very powerful, yeah.
So as a producer, how do you listen to cities? How do you listen to Berlin? And has the city a unique sound to you?
Yes, so I came from London. I was living there for many years, and London is a hustle city. Great music gets made in London because you have no other choice than to make great music in London. Berlin, on the other hand, is a well-funded cultural city. So not only do you have authentic culture, international culture, you also have space to develop your craft. It's the incubator city. It's where the Beatles came, it's where Bowie came, it's where Charlie XCX came. That's how you become the artist who you are today. And I think that in a big way is the function that it serves on a global scale. In terms of a specific sound, I think there's a lot of interesting stuff happening with ambient music and aestheticism. I wouldn't say, and this is not shade, however, the content of the work being done here isn't necessarily as good as other places, but the thoughts being had are sometimes better.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I have a short question to all three of you. Are you like performance with bodies or brain talk? What do you prefer?
So I think for us, it begins and ends with movement. And for movement, you need to move in order to move someone else. You have to. And to really move, you have to have these things synchronized. It has to be all the intellect with all the heart and moving your ass in order to have other people moving. Because we're a movement. I mean, Samira and I, we're part of a social, political, artistic movement called System Ali that's been working in Israel-Palestine for the past 15 years. Exactly promoting equality and justice among all communities through art. And this is exactly about keeping the movement. It's necessarily groove. It's about moving things. So I guess it's all in the intention. When I hear this shofar, the initial intention is to open gates, to open them up in the religious sense, So I guess it's really, really about synchronizing everything. And we talked a lot about how in klezmer music and in hip-hop and in Arabic classical music, the rage and the happiness and the prayer and the grief are on the same channels. So it's necessary to go through one in order to get to the other. It's not a separated one. It's not a now we party, now we cry. You have to cry in order to dance. You have to dance in order to cry. And in that sense, every party is a demonstration and every demonstration is a party. So it comes together for us.
For me, because your question is like came from a point that there's a separation between the mind and then the body. For me, there is some intelligence inside the body that it's much younger and start before that the brain, and of course moving the body. And this is how I get to my soul, my thoughts, my feelings through a movement and through the body. So there is no separation and clear cut between them, but yes, I'm like the first tool that I perceive the world and everything is my actual body, because my actual body, it's also my actual soul, and it's also my actual intelligence and everything.
Great.
I have nothing to add.
That's fine. So, okay, and now you're here at Pop Culture Festival. You're playing tomorrow, and there are many other artists and stuff playing. Do you've got an act, concert, performance, or anything you would like to attend, and why?
This is a really cool festival, especially this year. I mean, it's the first time we're here, obviously, but we got to know some of the big acts through Hoyah, actually, and it's lit. But I think, at least personally, I can say that the most interesting thing is to see the people from the other residencies, the people from Detroit. There are several amazing artists who've been here, like with us, working on their own music and rehearsing. So in that sense, it's kind of our generation of residents. So we would really like to see them. We're expecting that.
So this is the most amazing thing that we have between us, like this kind of harmony and sometimes like telepathy, that he just answered my question. So like, yes, can I copy it? Like, you
It's
can
yours,
copy
it's
it.
yours.
Yeah.
I took it from you
yes,
originally.
no, we didn't spoke about it before. Like,
Ever.
it's like.
Ever.
You're thinking the same. Okay.
Symbiosis.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of good artists playing. The residencies are going to be really interesting. Kubayashi's playing tonight, who is excellent. Arab Strap, excellent. James K, excellent. There's a lot of good artists on the lineup. And yeah, this is also my first time attending the festival, but I generally think that I'm seeing a high quality of talent here. Yeah.
Okay, so today is the last day before your concert too. Do you have any plans then for tonight? Then staying at the festival here.
Go back home and rehearsal.
Oh, okay.
Go back home and cry.
And this is also one of the things that we like to do.
It's true. I think it goes back to our performance tomorrow. We're very much preparing for that. And it's going to start with a track that goes Isma Israel, Isma Ismail. We are Lisa Hon and we are
חפיצות חיים.
بدون no difference between גזע מין.
דין ובין.
ואהבת לרעך.
Love your neighbor.
בזי מין. מין וילן שריין يعني.
יסמע לסות.
אין פה יציאה בספי.
אין סוף כניסות.
Into the downtown Jehannam during a rush hour.
אל מחטה الجاي גיהנום.
Welcome to Babylon Tower. אז עד שזה נגמר.
I won't stop a hour.
Never back down. דיימן רדן אמס צומח يعني.
Speak to power.
مش مهم كما ينسوا to manipulate our tears. مش مهم كما ينسوا to manipulate our fears. مش مهم how many times they tried to kick us out.
House.
They told us music is about building bridges.
بس احنا
We're all about rebuilding the house.
Thank you so much. I see you're very well prepared for tomorrow. So the concert can start.
He likes to surprise me, just to tell you the truth. Like, we didn't prepare it before. It's like...
It's being on edge. We have
okay.
to. We have to.
It's like, woohoo, he's keeping me awake. Woohoo.
When you add pressure, diamonds get made.
Exactly.
Great. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for the interview. Have a nice evening and a great show tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it.
See you.
See you there. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Vielen Dank.